This is Angela Obaka, and you're watching Celeb Africa. Kenyan President's La Hague trial has been brought to a halt. China is teaming up with Zimbabwe to help build special economic zones. Shell sells some Nigeria oil fields. Around the world. The International Criminal Court case against Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta is experiencing a roadblock. Prosecutors are admitting to possible lack of evidence, casting doubt on whether the decade-old court can hold the powerful to account. This case has previously been postponed several times as prosecutors try to gather evidence against Kenyatta. He is being accused of stoking lethal internal ethnic violence after Kenya's 2007 presidential elections in which 1,200 died. Prosecutors have asked for the phone and bank records in the last attempt to find evidence to shore up their case. They argue that if Kenyatta really had paid agitators to stir up violence, the transactions would show up in his bank accounts. With prosecutors saying star witnesses have been intimidated into withdrawing their testimony against the president, hence causing a shortage on supporting evidence. Kenyatta's lawyers responded by rejecting all allegations, and Kenyatta's supporters said the failure of the case proved that the ICC's charges had been politically motivated. China is teaming up with Zimbabwe to help build special economic zones and industrial parks in the hopes of jump-starting exports in a struggling economy. China's Exim Bank agreed to lend Zimbabwe $319 million to add 300 MWs to Kariba hydropower plant, an upgrade that is expected to ease daily power shortages in the southern African country. Beijing's top ambassador Lin Lin supplies a statement, quote, "China is ready to take part in the construction of Zimbabwe's special economic zones and industrial parks, leading the cooperation in infrastructure, construction, mining industry, manufacturing industry, and other fields, and encouraging more Chinese companies to invest in Zimbabwe." This is a world of entertainment. With current African breaking news, movie premieres, award events, red carpet glamour, ministries, sports, music, and fashion shows. And of course, you have me, Angela Obaka, as your host.
In 2011, the government of Kenya announced its vision for KONZA, a new technology city to capitalize on the country's fast-growing economy, its booming technology sector, and its well-educated population. With an emphasis on sustainable living and cutting-edge design, the vision for KONZA has already generated considerable interest from investors and multinational companies. Meanwhile, the media has started talking about Africa's Silicon Savannah and how Kenya may one day rival India and China as a high-technology giant.
So far, it has been covered extremely very well, both within Kenya and within East Africa and even Africa in general. And truly, it is seen as the Silicon City of Africa. And everybody agrees that the kind of facilities that are being developed within the ICT city can attract any international investor.
Progress has been swift. Last year, the government commissioned international designers to draw up a master plan showing how the city would develop. This is now being translated into a local physical development plan for KONZA, which will be broken down into smaller action plans so that construction can begin. The government has selected a master delivery partner to work with it on design and development. This is a consortium made up of architects, urban designers and property developers who have worked in major international cities. The goals are ambitious. Kenya is building a city that combines sustainability, architectural excellence and cutting-edge technology from scratch. KONZA will be built using a public-private partnership. The government will build the infrastructure necessary to connect the city to Kenya and the rest of the world. So far, a number of international and local companies have expressed interest in investing in KONZA, as have many global names in retail, leisure and culture.
The KONZA complex, taken in its totality, has the entire infrastructure in terms of commercial offices, in terms of science parks, in terms of accommodation for the family, and it has everything that any investor would be looking for.
KONZA will be designed from the ground up and designed to be a great place to live, a great place to work, and a great place to do business.
Kenya as a country is ready and open for business.
It's expected to become home to some of Africa's most desirable real estate. The vision of a Silicon Savannah is fast becoming a reality, and now is the time to get involved.
This is AfriTech and I'm your host Angela here on Celeb Africa. Here on AfriTech, we are showcasing Africa at her prime and the people that brought her here. This is where real-time business becomes a reality. Got milk. Friesland Campania is one of the world's largest dairy producers with presence in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Its African markets include Nigeria, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. Friesland Campania will buy the Ivory Coast dairy business of Singapore's Olam's International. According to a statement released by Olam, Friesland Campania will pay an additional $6.3 million for the right to use its Pearl trademark in certain African countries. The deal is expected to be finalized before the end of this year. The newly acquired facility processes local fresh milk and milk powder into sweetened condensed and evaporated milk. This all said to be a strategic plan in leading dairy producers to boost activities in emerging markets in Africa and counterbalancing more limited long-term growth in developed markets. You are watching the #1 African showbiz with online series, news magazines, and TV shows. This is a world of entertainment with current African breaking news, reports, and documentaries. Our correspondents all over the world will keep you up to date with African celebrity news, politics, updates, movie premieres, award events, red carpet glamour, ministry, sports, music, and fashions. And of course, you have me as your host, Angela Lubala, and you're watching Celeb Africa. Basketball Without Borders and their goal of hosting the next charity all-star game in Africa next year. Everyone knows when our African men fall in love, they proclaim it to the world. Producers of Big Brother Africa BBA reality television announced that the show will go ahead. The NBA will stage an exhibition game next year, August 2015, in South Africa. Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum says all proceeds will go to charity and that becoming the first U.S. professional league to play a game on the continent is, quote, just an evolution of our commitment to continue to bring basketball to the continent of Africa, end quote. The NBA first held one of its camps in South Africa in 2003 and has returned nearly every year. Everyone knows when our African men fall in love, they proclaim it to the world. Serge Ibaka has proven just that. He writes on Instagram, "Today, it's 2 years since I've known this beautiful woman, who I'm in love with. With her, I discovered the true meaning of love. Hashtag, I love you, Miss Carrie. Ibaka and Hilson have been in each other's lives for 2 years now. Despite reportedly taking a brief break earlier this year, the two managed to come back together and make it work. Producers of Big Brother Africa BBA reality television, Mnet and Edmo, have announced that the show will go ahead despite the devastating fire of its studio. On a statement made by their media representative, it confirmed that a new place has been found to hold the program and that the highly watched reality show would start in October. After exploring all its possible options, the team is delighted to announce to all Big Brother fans that their favorite reality show will launch soon, and thanks their fans from across the continent for all their support.